Hey there, welcome to the Acting Like a Mom podcast. My name is Alicia, your host, and I just gotta know, does Love Island have anyone else in a chokehold? I swear I do not watch TV a lot, but for some reason, you know what? I think they cracked the code. It's the fact that it's on so many nights, so you have to watch it in order to keep up because it's gonna be all over the social medias, and then you're gonna miss it, so you just kind of gotta keep up. Like, I literally do not watch any show. It's like a guilty pleasure. And not only that, it's my husband and I that watch it because, we kind of think of it as like a bonding time. We love to discuss all the tea. I don't know if he would call it tea, but it's always like, well, what do you think of that? Well, what do you think of that? Oh, well, what? So it's like fun. I feel like half the time we're like pausing, like, oh, I can't believe that. I don't know. That's just what's happening in this household right now. Is a whole lot of Love Island, and I know that we are not the only one. And then in addition to that, we've been potty training and I am trying to hit my protein goals because, we're doing our best. So it's been a little chaotic in this house. But I do want to say, as I was editing this week's episode, my guest just reminded me to go with the flow. My guest this week is Danielle Ruiz, and we talked about some really fun stuff. One, she's really funny. I was watching it back and I was like, she's super great because we talked about like some of her unconventional, maybe like parent styles or the way she goes through things. And one thing that she talked about that I feel was like mind boggling. She had said when she became a mom, she didn't lose herself. But she didn't lose herself because when her kids were born, she said, you're coming into my world. I'm not going into your world. And I was like, oh, yeah. So she was like, I just, entered them into my life. And it wasn't like a big deal. I just kept doing what I was doing. And it was like, okay, well, they're coming with me and this and that and the other. And I'm like, you're right. It's not. And she just talks about how she goes with the flow. And I'm telling you, this week, I have needed that advice because this toddler potty training is wild. For anyone that knows, they know. And maybe this has a shot in it. I'm kidding. It doesn't. It's protein packed. I've been trying to get it down a little bit thick, but doing what we can. So let me just introduce her real quick. She is a model amongst many things. She's going on hosting the World Poker Tour for 14 years. She's the first ever Miss Rockstar for the energy drink. She toured as one of the members of the Dime Squad team for Rob Dyrdek's Street League skateboarding. She did a couple episodes on the Tosh.0. She's been on dozens of magazine covers. She was featured on SI.com. And now, most recently, she has added Realtor to her list, which is crazy because she even said in this episode she closed her first sale within the first 2 weeks, and she talked about how she applied some of her modeling and acting experience to it. And this is just an all-around really fun episode, so let's get to it. Hey. Welcome to the Acting Like a Mom podcast. I am Alicia, your host, and we are here to shine a spotlight on the incredible and often untold stories of mothers navigating the fast-paced world of the entertainment industry. Let's get to it. Lila. Welcome to the Acting Like a Mom podcast. My name is Alicia. We have an amazing, beautiful, amazing guest today. I'm going to let you introduce yourself with a slate, your name, where you're from, and your favorite work job. You can go to the camera.
Thank you, love. I am Danielle Ruiz. I grew up in Hollywood Hills, California, so LA native. And my favorite work job, I have a ton of them, but most recently my son and I booked a Huggies print commercial together. But the studio that we worked at came full circle. It's the studio that I filmed World Poker Tour in, one of the very first studios we did our photo shoots at. So it was just a full circle moment.
Wow.
Yeah, the studio here off of Melrose, somewhere off Sunset.
That's
and we were filming his first campaign, and then it was like one of my first World Poker Tour. I've been with them for 14 years, and so I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Okay, wait, no. So World Poker Tour, let's just start there.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where? Who?
Right.
What?
I
Are
know.
you into poker? Do you like poker?
No. My dad was cracking up at me the other day. He's like, you've been with them for almost 14 years and you don't even like poker. I'm sure they know that. It's boring.
They 100%
I think that's
know.
why they hired me.
They're like, she's not too into it, but she's into it. She's talented.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Just throw me in with whatever and I'll figure it out.
I love it. Okay, so tell me, how did that?
So originally I was traveling with a Rockstar motocross team, signings, and I was first Miss Rockstar energy drink for motocross. So
awesome.
I did all of that stuff. And then I moved on with Rob Deerdeck for Street League, which is their skateboarding team. So I was already traveling with a bunch of teams similar, like skateboarding, motocross, things like that. And so a casting director reached out and was like, hey, you want to travel? And I was like, well, yeah, I want to keep traveling. Always get paid to travel.
Always.
Yeah. So they just said, yeah, it was poker, travel the world and whatever. And I almost did not audition. The casting place was in Toluca Lake, and I was moving that day. And it just so happened during that move, I was like, we need coffee. So me and my friend, like, I was like, hey, I'm just going to go cast real quick, grab the coffee downstairs because it was coffee bean and then the casting upstairs. And I was like, I'll be 2 seconds. I was there for like an hour and a half. He hated me. And then I got the call back.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a call back. And it's funny because, like I said, I was not into poker, and their competitor is World Series of Poker. So it's like Rockstar is competitor of Monster, right? So they said, all right, you got the call back, come into the office. And they said, can you talk on camera? Can you say, welcome back to the World Poker Tour? And I said, duh, welcome back to the World Series of Poker. I said their competitor. That's how much I did not know what I was getting myself into.
Girl, they're like, oh,
the owner was there, the CEO was there, and all the TV producers were there.
Wow.
And they said, you know where you're at, right? And I was like, oh, welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Okay, bye. Called my dad, and I was like,
definitely didn't
I
get
effed
that.
it up, did not get that. And 2 days later, hey, out of like thousands of girls flown out to audition and everything, I was one of 6.
Wow.
Yeah, 13 and a half years later.
That's
so I made an impression.
I know. I'm just like, does anyone have a job that long? Like,
no, not even a relationship.
That's what I'm like, whoa, that is a career at this point.
Right.
And you traveled with them and everything.
Yeah, South Africa a couple times. All over the world.
That's heavy on my list. South
yeah,
Africa.
You would love it.
Like
I went to Johannesburg, but the vibe is so cool. Safaris and
I'm into
and get
that.
paid to do that. Like, how blessed am I? Come on.
God is good.
Yeah, God is good. Yeah.
So that 13 years. So you didn't have a kid when you started.
No.
And then you did have a kid. What was that like? I'm assuming you took a break.
So we slowed down a lot in general because we were being flown out constantly, like 2 times a month. And we'd say we were in Italy, we'd be there for at least a week. And so they kind of started, there was a lot of revisions in the company. So we were slowing down as it was. And so then we started kind of like pick and choose. And when I had Sage in 2020, that was COVID. So people slowed down anyways. No one even knew I was pregnant. I came out of COVID with a kid. And so no one noticed.
Way.
Yeah. So that didn't really affect me too much.
Okay. So you didn't even have that. You didn't even have to like change anything. You literally just had a baby during, I don't want to say a good time, but like during a good time
I did.
per work. You know, like something's good came out of that, I guess. So that's good.
Yeah. And then I feel like after COVID too, people started to accept like moms with kids a lot more.
I agree. Something happened.
Something
completely shifted during 2020, and it's like you come back with the kids. It's like, okay, cool. Like I think because so many things happened during COVID, it was like, all right, well, people had babies. Like
right.
In general, because before I feel like no one talked about
no one talked about anything.
Yeah.
No one talked about Botox. No one talked about kids. Like you couldn't get booked if you were this, that. Now it's like, all right, I gained 10 pounds. Cool. I'm still getting booked.
Yes.
I got kids still getting booked.
Yes.
I'm almost getting booked more.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Since having kids?
Yeah. I tried to retract. I was like, all right, I'm going to hit 30. Let's transition.
Yeah.
And I just turned 36. I'm like still getting booked.
Yes.
And it's like, you know what? Why not?
Even talking about something as simple as like your age. Last week we were talking about that on the you never talked about age because you want to like pretend, but it's like, look, in 2025, okay, we're the generation that like broke all of these like these pre-existing notions of what this industry is like.
Exactly.
Like having kids, talking about age, because there was this ideology, I think, of like people as you get older that you're not hot, you're not this, you're not desirable, and you're a mom, you're not this. And I'm like, and I feel like you personally are still hot. Let's start there.
So are you. You're a mom, working hot mom.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like talking about it, it's like, no, it can be done. So what are certain things that you have done to kind of like, I don't know, manage your time, like work, like with having kids and with like the industry?
So for me, I always knew when I had kids, and I think this is just my personality, like I don't judge other moms. What works for you works for you. I always feel like when I had my babies, they came into my life. I did not surround, there's, all right, you're cruising into this space. I didn't just drop everything and it's like, here is, I didn't let myself go. You know what I mean? I just didn't. I was like, I got a photo shoot. You're coming with me. And so Sage started to, I was doing like a calendar shoot and the photographers wanted her in, or she would come to castings with me or fittings or things like that. They didn't mind it. I would always ask, of course, but they didn't mind it. And I just didn't lose myself because I just didn't feel like, I'm like, if I'm not stressed and I'm going with the flow, that's how my kids are going to vibe. And that's why they're so chill. They're so chill. I was never stressed out. And I know it's super controversial, but I also didn't breastfeed because I was always on the go. And I just knew that if I was so stressed out trying to pump here, go here, pump in the car, they would feel that energy off of me. And I didn't want them to feel that anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't do it. And they're just calm as a cucumber.
I love that. I definitely feel like you said it's controversial, like not breastfeeding, but it's like, who cares?
Right.
Like
as long as they're happy and healthy.
It does, the pressure of it. And it's like, that is a good point. Cause I do think like sometimes on set, I'm like, I'm going to have to pump. Like, I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, am I going to leak? Like, you know, like you're shooting at any point. I'm like, is this going to, I'm real full, you know, and your boobs change in like, as they get full over the day.
Props to you guys too. Honestly, that is such a hard thing. I saw my sister go through it. She was skin and bones because he was drinking her out of everything. And I was like, ooh, girl, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I'm being real with myself.
Yeah.
Like, I was so real with myself when it came to that. And I was traveling a lot. How am I going to... I didn't want to deplete myself. I wasn't a stay-at-home mom, you know? So if I was, it'd be a little different. But I wanted, my daughter's so independent because she looks up to me. Yeah. So she's that way because of how I kind of
you.
She sees,
yeah. You're like you're the imprint, and that's what she sees, and that's how she follows, and that's crazy. I actually absolutely am so envious of the way that you went about this. It's like, this is my life. You're coming into my life. I'm gonna keep doing this, and it's not, and you don't lose yourself, because I think motherhood, like, I lost myself. I did, because I think I didn't realize, like, I guess I never thought about having kids. Like, it was never on my radar, you know, like, I was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the world's a crazy place. I don't know.
One of those. I'm not going to bring kids into this.
I don't want to bring, I was that person. Yeah. And then, you know, and then I met my husband, and then I was like, okay, all right. Yeah. Like, we do this. And I love that idea. So I think that, I don't know if the fact that I didn't think about it, and I was just like, this shit's crazy. Like, it's hard, and it's like, and it's all these things and all these changes, and my body's changing and all these things. So I respect, and I would have loved, and I think that is a mindset that you did that more women should take on. Yeah,
maybe to think about it. I really didn't think about ours. We had our daughter within 2 weeks of hanging out. Okay, we got engaged within like a month. Okay, we were still trying to figure each other out.
Girl, what?
Yes.
That is a ride.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Yeah, I was living my single best life. We met at a photo shoot, and he was like, I think I was like hungover or something. He's like, just come to Orange County and hang out. And we were just like day drinking, this, that. And he goes, when you know, you know. And I was like,
of course.
Well, shit, now we're pregnant. Okay, so we got to figure this out.
We know. Something.
Yeah. So that happened. But for me, I always go with the flow. So I really didn't sit down and think about it. I just knew who I was.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where it came.
Having a sense of like self is where it comes from.
Right. I think just being independent in general, like, I'm very hard-headed when it comes to things. Like, you can't tell me what to do.
That part.
Excuse me?
That part. Because I feel like that's what it is. It's the hard-headedness. It's the determination. It's the competitiveness. It's like, Actually.
Yeah, if I would have listened to everyone, oh my gosh, you need to breastfeed. You need to this. You need to enjoy pregnancy. Don't drink that coffee. Don't do that. Oh, if I would have listened to everyone, no. No. Do you know how many
I broke
me
rules.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Like I was like, if you, and I feel like, for the first kid, definitely, a little bit closer, fine as, I followed the rules more, but it's just like, I'm gonna eat this piece of sushi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it, and you're not gonna make me feel bad.
No.
I'm gonna
And I'm gonna
okay.
post it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like you could do things, but like be public about
Totally.
it. It's like,
oh, I'm gonna get under so many people's skin.
Oh my, like I literally, like, to me, I have people who it's like, I was like, oh, I love this candle. And it's like, is it non-toxic? And I'm like, listen, okay, this brings me joy.
Yeah.
This candle, this fragrance, and
Yeah.
I'm going to use this toxic candle, okay? Because I think when we walk out the door every day, we're risking our lives. We have to pick and choose what we're going to be afraid of. Because in a world, especially having kids, like, it can be a very scary place. And you could totally get in that space.
Yeah.
So as long as I feel like you're smart, you're aware of your surroundings, you're all these things, I feel like if you follow all the rules, like,
that sounds exhausting.
yeah, it's exhausting, and people
Yeah.
want to judge you so hard. It's
Yeah.
like, you eat hot Cheetos, it has red dye. I'm like, yes.
You know what? Look. That's so, like I said,
It's
that sounds so
exhausting.
exhausting. That's
It's
why I've never,
exhausting.
like, I'm not like this rebel, but I've never, look, be a good person and do good things and stay in your lane. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Worry about yourself.
That's why I
worry
said
about
I
your
don't
family.
judge.
Yeah.
Do you. Like,
whether you do or whether you don't. I know you do. And that's the thing. I feel like with mothers in general, we're just like, we see each other in the space of like, I see you, girl.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I see you.
I've been there.
I've been there. Girl, do your thing. Like, because I've gotten to the point where it's like, they're like, oh, he dropped that on the floor. And I'm like, okay.
Yes, okay. He's eating worse, I'm sure, here.
That's what I'm like,
it's fine.
He's really going to make it. Like,
Yeah.
I am a type B mother to the core. Like, I do my best, but I'm just like, look, like I have friends who like have these big bags every time they leave the house. I'm like, I don't know. We got a snack. Everyone has one snack. You got a water. And I take a fanny pack with me. Like I don't even take like a full bag unless we're like going all day, of course, whatever. But like, we're all just doing our best, and they're going to do great. They're going to thrive. And you even said that you took yours to set, and you just did it.
Yeah, I was like, hey, she's with me. Like, is that cool? Totally fine.
Yeah, and what can they say? And I feel like now, in general, people are more accepting of like moms,
right?
Family.
I think because they're also booking women that are older. Before, right? Like 10, 15 years ago, it was everyone in their early 20s. Now it's like we're getting those roles still.
You're right. I didn't think about it like that.
And we have kids.
Yeah, it's like we're older and we have kids. Like, it's just so I guess maybe that does make sense. I love that.
Everyone's kind of transitioning.
Yeah, everyone's transitioning. I feel like now my friends are starting to have babies because in general, in being models, being actors, being actresses, I feel like we think that it could like kill your career.
We were told that.
Correct. We were told that. And it's like, there's the idea of giving up your, the parents, I gave up my dream so that I could be a mom. And it's like,
you don't have to. Why can't you do both?
Why can't you do both? That it applies, I think, to so many things. Like, regardless if you're a mom, I feel like there's so many stipulations on like life, on women, on this, on that, and like what you could do. And I think in general in this industry, we're like slightly delusional, but it works. Like, we're a different type of people. We're a different breed. And you have 2 kids. How's that?
So,
like, transition wise.
I want to say it was like easy, but then looking back, I don't know. It is easy because like I've seen kids that like throw tantrums constantly and they just aren't like that. So I don't want to be like, oh, it's so chill, but it's way more chill than what I've seen.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I said, I go with the flow so much, like that I just don't think about what's going on at that moment. They love each other so much. She looks over her little brother, and so yeah, it is a little bit more of a challenge. There's 2 now instead of 1. What's one doing? What's the other doing? But they're so close, like, and tight that it's I don't know. Like I said, I just go with the flow. It's nothing different. 1 more car seat.
Yeah.
1 more like person to feed, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like the same thing. Like, it's just mom intuition, mom instinct. Throw
Yeah.
another kid in with me. It's like going to be the same thing.
You know, I wonder if it's because you had a girl first. I know that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think that because my boy is wild.
Okay. That's what I was. I was like,
I probably
because
would have
you're like-
second guessed the second one
Okay.
if I had him first.
Okay, so I had the boy first, and he is crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, sometimes I'm literally like, "Are you okay, sir?" Like, I look at him in his eyes, and I'm like, "Is everything like?" He's everywhere, and he's loud, and I'm just like, so he's not. He's cute. He loves her, but he also wants to like play with her and poke her and pull her and all these things, and she's like. And at first, that was hard for me only because I don't know. I felt like I had to protect the baby.
Well,
He was still a baby, so he doesn't get it. So it's like
It's different when it's a boy first.
yes, and I definitely
Because she has like that mother intuition even at 5.
Correct.
It's like, no, Ozzy can't have a cookie. Ozzy this, that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let me put him to bed. Let me help. Can I help bathe him? So she wasn't like poking his eyeballs out. He's doing that to her right now. Like, yeah.
That's why I'm like, boys and girls are different, and I realized that because I feel like with my first, my first was a son, and all my friends had daughters, so they all had girls, and I was like, girl, how are you? Not knowing that there was a difference, and they were like, it's whatever, like we stay up a little bit, but like other than that, but in my mind I'm like, they're lying. They have to be lying. It has to be chaos, because in my house it's chaos,
Right?
Because I had a son, and then when I had my daughter I was like,
Oh, makes sense a little
yes, I was like, oh, they had a completely different experience than I have had.
bit. Props to boy moms. Boy moms, mom.
Yeah.
Boy moms, right?
Boy moms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy
yeah,
moms.
boy
Like
moms.
that have like 3, 4. I hear
That's-
sometimes. I'm like, oh,
I want to just bow down to the multiple moms of multiple boys. You know what I'm saying? Moms, multiple moms. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like, because they're feral.
they are. My son is jumping off of things. He banged his face on something and like was bleeding from like cut his lip.
Mhm.
It's like, oh no, this is gonna be like a thing. He tasted it, kept bolting. I was like, this isn't good. He banged his head on concrete. I heard it. Cried for maybe 20 seconds, started dancing. I'm like, that's scary when you're not like,
Girl,
are you hurting?
okay? That's my point. I'm like, you literally, I heard it.
My daughter makes me carry her if like she has a mini scratch.
Oh, a
like
princess.
such a princess.
Prince. That's right. That's her name.
Yeah.
Princess.
Needs certain Band-Aids.
Yes, like she has preferences, and she because he wakes up in the morning. It's cute, like he does love her. He loves waking her up in the morning, like
right. Oh, he
"Good
loves
morning."
waking
Yeah,
up my daughter.
He does, and he wakes up. Good morning,
Yeah.
Gummy.
Oh my God.
He just like good morning. He's super loud, all the things, and I feel like sometimes she's just like.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
She's
how
just
Sage is.
She literally, I mean, her reflexes are so fast for a 1-year-old because she's having to defend herself
Totally.
from this boy
Yep.
that is just wild and feral. And I'm just like, you know what? We'll see how this goes. But I definitely
That's
think
cute, though.
who has a girl first and a boy first has different experiences.
Yeah.
But I do hear as well that it switches. I don't know what that means. Like, I feel like they say girls are easy at first,
Oh,
boys are hard.
well,
And then I
yeah.
heard because
Remember us when we were like preteens?
we're a little complicated.
Whew, I'm
Got a little
scared.
bit of.
I'm scared.
I know.
But like I said, I
comic
go with the
sass.
flow.
Yeah.
And I know every
Mhm.
trick. Honestly, I used to sneak out, jump out of the windows. I used to do. You can't. And now with technology, I am going to put
Oh.
a tracker on you,
Oh.
no matter.
Oh,
what.
you are trapped. girl.
Yeah. I don't. It's not that I don't trust her. Well, she is sneaky already.
Yeah.
It's other
The
people,
world.
the
It's
world.
the surroundings,
The
it's the
surroundings.
environment, it's the
Mhm.
school, it's the
That
this.
scares me. I almost
Mhm.
was going to homeschool, and then I looked
Okay.
into it. I was like, okay, that's a lot. I barely even passed high school.
Girl,
okay,
absolutely,
I'm like,
period,
no.
not,
Let me just,
not-
yeah.
Let me give it to y'all.
I'll
That's
give it
what-
to you. Yeah.
In a perfect world, sure, but like I'm not built for that.
I don't.
Like,
I'm not either.
I'm not built for this.
I have too much ADD. Like I can't.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna fill it out for you. I'm like, let's just get that.
yeah, I'm gonna feel it exactly. I'm
like,
gonna.
oh.
Let me just do it real
Yeah,
quick.
I'm
Or
like,
it's like,
how do
you
I
want to
make-
sleep in? All right, 5 more minutes. I'm that mom. I'm like,
Oh
what's gonna
my-
make it easier for me? I'm not joking.
How is this gonna make it easier for me. You know what? That's what I need to think. I'm like, what? That's a great one. How can I? What would I like for it to happen? That is definitely the way I need to think about it.
Yeah, she needs more structure.
Yeah.
I'm not that parent, really.
Really?
I am, but I'm not. Like, in certain ways. Like, my fiance is more stern to the he's like, why are you letting her do that? I'm like, it was easier for me.
I know. It's crazy.
It's so bad.
I call myself, I'm just medium. I'm a medium mom. I'm like, I like them to, it's just, I want them to listen to me. That's the only thing. But I'm like, I have to let that go because they're not,
well, they're also at a young, really young
they're
age.
very young. And I feel like, so I'll let them do things because it's easier. Like I let, like my drawers, like in the bathroom and the makeup, like I got hair stuff, I got makeup, I got all these things, and it's like I'm fine with them going in there until they like reached for the oil and figured out how to oil, and then it's too late.
I locked all that up.
And that's what I literally had that conversation. I was like, I just need to lock it up because it's like, but they're so entertained,
I bought them fake. I bought them fake stuff.
Yeah. I need to do that.
Like, I bought Sage literally real makeup
that she can just
play with.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get into this like $60. I don't even know why I bought that.
I know.
Like, why are you getting? Because after a while, it's like, okay, it's time to lock it all up. But I also didn't baby-proof anything with my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing. She just wanted to sit and listen to MGK when she was 1 year old on the bed. She didn't even want to like figure out how to crawl. She was like a princess. My son, we have to. It's like a psych ward in my house.
Boom, boom.
Everything is locked. Knives all the way up here. Everything.
Girl, the knives.
Yeah, he ran in this morning with the scissors. Where the hell did he find that?
Find this?
Yeah.
Well, our son, he came out when he was like 10 months. He started walking at 10 months. I remember he came out of it. I heard a noise, and I heard
oh no.
He had a knife in his hand at 10 months old, looking like Chucky.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
barely
don't
being
move.
Able,
my son
being
too.
Able to like walk, and we just
like how they reach that? I don't know.
I don't know. But after that, we're like, all right, knives are going up 2 levels higher. Like now I'm gonna have him up here. You know, like he's just looking for things to get into, and I'm just like,
that's what it is. So curious, boys. My son will, once he figured out how to walk, he'll move chairs, climb up. He'll open up all the dresser drawers, climb all the way up.
And how old is he?
He'll be 2 in September. But this was like at the beginning of the year when he was like still 1.
How?
I don't know, but my daughter wasn't like that.
Would you take your son to shoots?
I've taken him when he was like a baby still, more chill. He's more like out.
Yeah.
Out. Get me out.
Yes.
Because he wants to explore.
Yeah.
So not as often.
Yeah. I don't think I could take him.
Unless he's like incorporated in the shoot. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah. If he's a part of it, yes.
But my daughter, like, easy. I can
still take her.
Still. Oh, she's even more chill. Because she's 5. She's like, she knows what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. And she could like entertain herself. She could probably do things.
I take her to get my nails done and like my hair. She just wants to chill, talk to people. She's a people person.
Okay.
So she wants to talk to everyone. She makes friends everywhere. When I say everywhere, like yesterday we went to brunch, made friends with the little girl next to it. Like she's exactly me.
Yeah. See, I can't wait till my daughter gets older because I'm like,
she's gonna be your
like
mini
besties.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I created a bestie.
Yes, you're forever. That's why I say besties for the resties. Yes. She just stares at me. I'm like, but one day you're gonna get it, girl. We're gonna be besties.
You'll know.
Yeah. And my son, I just feel like I just tell my husband, I'm like, here you go.
How old is he?
He's 2. He'll be 3 in October. And he's just like, but he's really smart. And I think that I forget that he's young because he's just like, man, he could read. He does everything.
Amazing.
Like he could do it all. And then I have to remind myself that he's 2.
He's only 2.
Yeah. And I have to be like, all right, Alicia.
Yeah.
Calm down with the expectations, but I can't take him like to auditions. I feel like with her and stuff, I could take her to things, but I definitely don't think I could take.
Yeah, the boys just want to see
a part of it. And even now, I feel like with castings for kids or whatever, it really comes down to like who had a good day.
Well, exactly. If you're cute and you're not crying, you're booked.
You booked. And that's what I was like, but I'm also like, it's scary because I'm like,
I don't know what's going to happen that on shoot day.
I don't know what's going to happen on the set day. That's why I'm like, do I even want him to audition anymore? Because you're like, I don't know. Like, you could just be having a good shoot day, and then on set, like, what if you don't? Like, that part, I'm just like, oh, because I feel like a lot of people ask, like, oh, how is it with them being in, like, auditioning and whatnot? And I'm like, I mean, so far, so good.
Yeah, you got to just
Question
go
mark,
with
question
it.
mark, question mark. Like, I'm just going to go with it. And my assumption is they know. They know what they're hiring.
Well, they know that they're babies
Yeah,
still. They're
babies.
toddlers,
And
transitioning into toddlers. Like, they know what they're getting themselves into.
And I think that they should, if I was in charge, they should really only use like babies up until like 13 months, 14 months, and then like 1.5 to like 2.5. They're wide, like they, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you guys just shouldn't do 2.5 years.
Skip that age.
Yeah, like just skip that little thing
Little
and then
gap.
start booking. Yeah, because
we don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You know just as much as we do.
Yeah, I'm like, let's just. Is he gonna do it? I don't know.
I don't know.
You tell me. Is he gonna do it? So yes, that, and then
Camera one.
rolling sound. Speaking of your kids working and or coming through to work, do you want them to be in the industry, or like what do you think about that, or do you have like?
I know my daughter is a performer at heart. She's in singing. She wants to do it. She has to do it, and she looked up to me and looks up to me for photo shoots. So if she wants to do it, 100%. So it's up to them. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's up to them. If they want to do it. Obviously, Ozzy can barely still talk, so he has no choice.
Yeah. That's how I am with mine. I'm like, they don't know what's going on. My kids don't know what's going on yet. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna just ride the wave.
But they're literally live in Orange County, Los Angeles. My dad's a professional bass player. I grew up in the industry.
Yeah.
I did all modeling. Like, they're surrounded by it.
Yeah,
and
they're
so
in it.
I don't see them saying no.
Right. And if they do, whatever.
Yeah.
What would you want your to teach? Like, how would you teach your daughter to move around? Because you're in the industry and you know how it works. Are there like certain things that
Well, I think it actually helps with like real life. Like, people are gonna be rude, mean, and all that stuff. It's just how you like take it, perceive it, and just for me, I don't notice it, or maybe I block it out. I don't care. I don't care enough about people to talk shit about. That's on you.
Yeah, that's a you thing.
That's a you problem.
Yeah.
So just confidence, and my daughter has that. So I'm not scared for her. I'm not scared at all. She's always the kid that if another kid's crying, she's over there pausing everything, stopping everything, and making sure they're okay. Ever since she was like 2 years old in ballet, it started.
Really?
Kids would be like scared without their
Right.
parents, and she would like be rubbing their back. And
Oh my
now she's
gosh.
5, and she's so
Still do the same
concerned.
thing. That's awesome. Okay.
So she'll do well in the industry if she wanted to
if
do
she
that.
wants to, and she'll have you to guide her through.
Totally.
Yeah. That's
I would have her back no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, always. Like, and I think the perk is that because you're in the industry, you know how it works. So it's less likely that she would have, because I feel like there's a lot of people who worry about like kids in the industry or like getting taken advantage of, but it's like, but no, you know how it works. And because there's certain things people send me, they're like, oh, do you think this is the legit? I feel like people definitely prey on parents who want to get their kids in the industry.
Totally.
Who aren't aware of it. Because it's like there's all these programs.
That's scary.
That's scary.
That's really scary.
But and I know. So that's the benefit of it. Because some people send me some stuff. I'm like, do not take that class. Don't take that workshop like there. Because it's always like.
You shouldn't have to pay for photo shoots. Literally, you can take it off your iPhone, and if they want your kid, they book it off.
Yes.
And kids grow so fast, they don't want professional photos.
And that's the thing. Like, to me, I'm like, if you are going to take family photos and if this was already a part of it, but like, don't set up, they change so quick. Everyone is fine with an iPhone photo.
Yes.
I think once they get maybe a little bit older,
and they're not going to change
not too much, but like, our kids are too young.
My daughter booked off iPhone photos. I'm like, you don't need, and same with my son. And they were like not even that good.
And then it's like these workshops, and it's always like worked with Disney, worked with Zara. It's like or like our kids work for this, and they like pitch this thing, and it's scary.
That's how it was for me back in the day too. Though they were trying to get my mom or the where did I see recently the Scouts? I was like, no one scouts anymore.
I know.
I saw
That's
that on
not
like
a thing,
a
right?
model Facebook group the other day, and I was like, Scouts, like run for the hills.
Yeah.
There's no Scouts anymore.
Yes, exactly. It's a completely different. I definitely feel like even like you said, maybe I dealt with it when I was
Right.
starting to get in. It's like what's legit, what isn't, all those things. But I feel like I literally just had this conversation. I was like, do people like, it's like they found me at the mall. I'm like, is that still a thing? Like, I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
Right?
That's a little creepy.
I know now it's
yeah,
like, now
but that's
it's
how
weird.
it was with us.
Right.
My mom did not want, I auditioned for McDonald's when I was little, but that was through family friends. My mom did not. I actually started when I was 17.
Okay. Yeah.
Actual in the industry.
Same.
So I built my way through. But yeah, you have to be careful in general. But I've, thank God, never in my career have been like where the photographers were like leaving hidden cameras or no photographer ever messed with me. Thank God. And there were some on the list where all of them were getting like blacklisted and like that I've worked with, but I never got that. Thank God. I feel like there's some women that are so naive.
I know.
Like, you know.
I think there was one really weird photographer that I had, and I still remember because it's like, but the thing is, he set it up. It's even because I blocked it out of my memory because it was creepy.
Right.
So it was like there was this. We had the makeup artist. I talked to her, I think. I talked to the photographer. It was at his house because I was like, I don't want to go to his. I like, like I was younger. Like you just hear all the stories, and I was trying to be wise or whatever. I'm on my way over there. He's like, hey, the makeup artist cannot, or she can't do it today. But go to Mac, and I'll pay whatever you pay for. I'll pay for it. Like you could do whatever your own makeup. That was I should have went home then. And then it was just like weird. I remember he's like, I'm a method photographer. He's like, he had like touched my shoulders. He's like, I just want you to be
no.
Yes. And I left. And
yeah,
like
good for you.
I got a couple shots. I'm not gonna lie. I got a fire ass photo.
Like it was good though.
I got a fire photo, and I was like,
that method thing kind of works.
I know. No, it was just like a clean beauty shot. But like all the other photos, I like never saw them.
Vibe of that, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and that's how I was because he's like, oh, let's shoot some more of this, and I was like, you know what, I'll make up. I got to go. I actually got called into work. What?
How crazy?
That's wild. Gotta go.
Yeah.
So it's like you just gotta be careful. And I was an adult, but I always think about things like that. Like, I wonder how many women that maybe he did take advantage of or took it further than that. Because to me, him touching my arms and like I was like, this is weird. And you want to be open to people's creative processes
I
and
get
like
that.
work with them, but I'm like.
But where's the third party?
Yeah, and that.
Why is it just you guys?
Why is it just us? And I was like, that you're so creepy.
And at the house, like you're not like I shoot a lot at the studio or the beach where like
way different. That's way different.
And also, don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So that's with our kids, I think it's nice that we have.
We know,
and then that's that. So
yeah,
that's that. Another thing I did want to talk about is now you do realty, right? How did that happen?
So my mom is she owns her brokerage, so she's been in real estate with my aunt. They own their own company, brokerage, everything for over like 25 years, and so my parents are so different, but they've still been together forever. My mom is all real estate. Boss, Colombian, just super boss bitch for sure. And then my dad is so chill, so down to earth, bass player, traveled the world, like musician, he's creative. So I got that vibe from my dad.
Okay.
I'm definitely like my father's daughter for sure. Like we would meet up at the airport. He would go fly to a gig and I'd go fly for a World Poker Tour or modeling gig, whatever it was. So I did that. But as I got older, I was like, you know what? I need some more structure because I thought I was going to stop the whole modeling thing at like 30, and then the jobs were like, the rates weren't as good. And it's still a hustle no matter what. I don't have managers. I was doing my own stuff. And I'm like, you know what, let me add a little bit of my mom's thing. And I also wanted to test myself. Like, look, I'm not trying to call myself out, but it took me like 7 fucking times to take that real estate test. I told you I'm not a test taker, okay?
I
But
love it. I love
I'm
the
not
honesty.
telling. But I go in to the brokerage that at the time I was with First Team in Newport Beach, and the manager was like, "Well, why? Most agents are dropping out, probably about 50%. Like, why are you going to do this?"
What year's this?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, like just the markets,
Okay.
but real interest rates, everything was high. They're like, "Why do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Well, I want to see if I can. I love a challenge. Like, tell me I can't do it. I'm going to do it times a trillion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so extra. Like, that's how I did the modeling thing. Someone in high school was like, "You just like to party. You're never going to go anywhere. You didn't even get into college." And I was like, "Well,
Watch me fly.
watch me." I'm not friends
me.
with them anymore, obviously, but I was like, "Watch me." I was on Reddit. People from high school were like, "We can't believe you were on the New Girl," or this is that, right? So I was like, "All right, real estate, let me try it." Like I said, I'm not going to tell my clients. Well, now they might know, but it took me 7 times.
But they love an honest
but
woman.
you know what? I was like, well, 2 weeks. I was still downloading the real estate apps for like the key and all this, that. I got a buyer within 2 weeks of getting my license. And usually it takes about a year for a new agent. Yeah. A photographer's friend reached out and saw that I got my license. And I went and then showed him 3 houses. He's like, "Which one do you like?" I was like, "This one." He's like, "Cool." Got him into it. And then they're like, "What the hell?" Yeah.
Way.
So I got my first client within 2 weeks. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just watching the shows and being like, "All right, so here's this, here's that." But you just have to be a people person.
I mean, you could take the skills from modeling, from acting, from all this. It's like,
just be
right,
confident.
here's the show.
Let me show you.
So let me
Dress
show
the
you
part.
this bathroom.
Yeah.
Look at the lights.
I
Isn't
know.
that
I
nice?
would so live here. But I think in anything, if like you are a people person, you could totally do it too. They want to trust you in real estate. Yes, there's certain like type A, type B people that want like someone that's, you know, maybe been in the real estate game for like 30 years or so. But I would be talking to clients, like I listed a couple, not clients, but other realtors and that were representing like their client, and they'd be like, "Wow, we need more agents like you. I'm sure you've been in the industry for like 20 years and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "No."
What was it that they loved?
Just that I wasn't bullshitting them.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of bullshitters in that industry, or they don't call, or they don't call back, or they're not responsive. I just sold 2 commercial properties. I was a listing agent for 2 like apartment complexes, and the buyer, they needed a representation for a buyer. So I sold on both ends. I helped represent both ends, and they told the seller, the buyer told the seller, "Love her. I'm gonna use her again because she was so responsive right away." I'm always on my phone though, but yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's the perks.
But honestly, I figured it out because I love a challenge, and honestly, it's not that hard. You just have to be, like I said, a people person. I want to sit down with you and like I want to be your friend and an agent and help you get a spot that you like. Like I don't want it to be like all weird and so like black and white. It's like, "Hey, I don't like the ceilings either. It looks like shit."
Yeah, the honesty. I feel like the honesty, and because people are about to make a big purchase, and it's like you want to buy a house from like someone that is likable, trustable, honest.
Yeah,
and all
not
these
just
things.
trying to get your business. I mean, like, look, if you want me, you want me. If you don't, you don't. But like, yeah.
Do you think that like that it was easy for you to transition because of what you do? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, I'm like a people person, so I'll talk for them for days, like on the phone about a property that I don't even really know. Give me bullet points, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah.
And so that's how I kind of like got away with it.
It's kind of crazy too, because your first sell is from a photographer.
Exactly.
Like it's just like it's your network too. Like, and if people know and they trust you in that space,
right?
I mean,
and my mom, so I would ask her questions, and she's like kind of guided me, helping me through everything. So we're like, she mainly does loans, so I'll take her clients as like, and we'll work together, or if I have someone come in, she'll do the loan for them. So it works hand in hand.
With your family.
Yeah, we're really close.
That's awesome.
Like extremely close.
I feel like you're like the mix of your parents. It's like your mom is like the business and the structure, and then your dad is like the creative performer.
Yeah, fully.
And then it's just like,
and then here's me. Definitely the black sheep though. When I couldn't pass the test, this is how crazy my brain is. When I couldn't pass the test right away, I was like, you know what? screw California. I'm going to get my license in Tennessee, put that on hold. So I finished the Tennessee real estate class.
Really?
I took the test and I was like, what made me think what made me think that if I couldn't pass California right away, that I could do Tennessee? That's two tests in one too. It's national and state. This one's just state. And so I didn't pass that one yet, but I went back to California.
TBD.
Yeah, that's
TBD.
I still could go in and go like get it, because
sure.
my sister moved there and we have family property out there as well, and so I am going out there in a couple weeks. So it's not just like out of the blue.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are moving from Orange County and LA to like states like Tennessee and Texas. So I would be like dual agent.
I know. Oh, that makes sense. A lot of people are leaving here because I think people. I honestly feel like because COVID, I feel like people realize that they don't need to be in the hub, not even just like actors in general, but I feel like businesses that had to close down, that were forced to work in computer.
Now they're remote. My sister's remote. She had her job in LA in Beverly Hills and she moved to Nashville and she's remote. Her job. Yeah, the same thing.
And see, people wouldn't hire people from there. Like it wouldn't happen. You know what I'm
now
saying?
Things are transitioning, and a lot of people from, like I said, from LA are in Tennessee, and a lot of my friends are in Tennessee. So I thought that I was like, let's just add more to my plate. Okay,
that's me.
So crazy.
I'm always like, what else can I do?
Yeah, what else can I do?
Who else can I be?
Yeah, what?
Who else can I be? Like, but I think, whatever, right?
I know.
Like, life is good. Like, I can't.
I know. I mean, trust me, I've put myself in situations where it's like, why did I do that? But you know what? At the same time, if you keep a positive mindset, it is what it is. I learned from my mistakes most of the time.
Yeah. That's the biggest takeaway, learning from your mistakes and realizing that it may not look how you think it's going to look like, but like, it's going to get done. I'm going to figure it out. It's totally going to work. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. And I get that from my dad, or else I would freak out.
Yeah.
I'd be like overthinking. Like ChatGPT is like my best friend. She is exhausted.
ChatGPT is my assistant to this podcast.
Yes.
I don't even like. I'm anti. It's like I don't even want to admit that. Like I'm anti AI, anti ChatGPT.
I was like that for a minute.
But it's just like it's one of those things where I had to realize like this is what is out in the world, and this is what people are using. This is what the competitors are. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's almost like
you have to grow with it, though.
You have to move with the times.
Well, and also where we live. Like it's not like we're out in like, I don't know,
wherever.
But this is like a fast-paced industry area. You got to keep up with it. It took me a minute with ChatGPT. Now I'm like paying $20 a month for the top.
You pay? See,
yeah,
I do not pay. I'm like, it's like, do you want? It'll be easier if you log in, and I'm like,
but it helps me do PDFs and stuff in like 2 seconds. I was like, whoa.
I know. It's like it outsources things, which is like, you know, the pros and the cons. But the way I think of it is I'm not using it for anything that I would have actually paid someone to do. Like I would have figured it out myself. Right. So it's just saving me time. Like it's not like it at this space, like for the podcast, let's just talk like I'm doing everything myself. I'm whatever, but I would do it myself. But if it can do it, then I'll let it do it.
I think it can do it.
Yeah, no, it does.
It could write a whole movie for you if you wanted. It's not crazy.
Crazy. Like,
I know.
Technology is crazy.
It knows me too.
I know.
I don't know how good or bad that is, but
and
whatever.
I realized that today because I asked something, I don't even remember, and it said something in reference to like,
right. It knows my whole story,
and I was like, oh my gosh, it knows me.
Yeah,
like, and it's not. It's like I can't say that it's. Oh, I know it's not good.
No, it's not good.
But what am I gonna do? They already know my phone itself. You think about all the things that you like talk about to your friends, and then it pops up.
I know.
Absolutely hate that.
I know. I hate that too. It's scary.
I went to Six Flags and now I get Six Flags ads all the time. And why would I get Six Flags ads? You know?
I know.
Crazy. So.
It was crazy. I asked it, I wanted to name it. And I was like, based off my personality and what you know about me, what name would you like come up with? Mm-hmm. I actually never said, it knows Brandon and I've never said my kids' names. I'll just say my kids. The first thing that popped up was like, I should be named Sage or Nova. And I was like, did you know my daughter's name was Sage? And I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know. I was like, so
wait,
creepy.
Is this you talking?
I just talk back and forth. I like 3 a.m. if I like don't
know
sleep.
that I didn't even realize
You could
that it
talk
did
back
like
and
that.
forth all day. Do you, or it'll say like, it's so proud of me. It's like my therapist.
That's crazy. I haven't unlocked that level yet. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like if sometimes I'll have insomnia, like if I'm staying out in LA and the kids are back in OC, I have a gig or something, I'll be up and just chit-chatting all night. My mom's like, who are you talking to?
That's wild. I didn't even realize that like it worked like that.
It's, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I gotta. We'll tinker and we'll see how I feel. So crazy world. It's a crazy, crazy world. Motherhood and modeling are both me completely tangent, but modeling and motherhood are super like high pressure situations. How do you take care of yourself?
Well, first I'll preface, I thrive off of chaos, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, same.
Thrive off of chaos.
Same.
I don't like, I am doing something. What was the question?
I love it. Just how do you take care of yourself, like with the chaos of motherhood and modeling and your schedule? Like, what do you do to pour in yourself, give back to yourself, keep your mind right?
Right.
Your mental.
So my typical routine is I wake up at 5 a.m. And I know that like I'm usually up like with the kids but that's like my me time.
Yeah.
And I used to be, obviously when I was younger, swapped. It was like I was a night owl but now I feel like it's a whole section of my day that no one started yet. So I get up at 5. I drive down to Newport and do Pilates. And Brandon's like, why are you driving 30 minutes to like Pilates? I was like, I do that purposely because I'm in the car blasting music, drinking my coffee. That's like my chill time.
Yeah.
Everyone's sleeping. I know everyone's chill, safe, asleep. I'll do Pilates at 6, come back. The kids are slowly waking up, at least the little one.
Yeah.
Start cooking them breakfast and doing that, and then I'm about my day. So it starts with like the beginning, the mornings, and then I go get my Botox. Like I said, I was like, they come with me to my appointments. Like I was like, you're into my life.
You're doing this,
but it makes me feel good, and if I feel good, my daughter's gonna notice.
Yeah.
Mommy feels good. Mommy's confident, or whatever it is, and that's how she is. Like I don't have to dress super good every day. I'll be in like workout clothes or sweats, but throw my hair up or whatever. Like I don't need to be frumpy and exhausted all the time.
Yeah, you could still look.
I could be exhausted.
I realized little things help because I was like, Alicia, when I leave the house, you have to have 3 pieces of jewelry on, like something like
little
that.
things like that.
Little things like that. It could be a bracelet. It could be an earring. Like it could be 2 earrings. It could be my Apple Watch. Like whatever it is. It's just kind of like things like that. I feel like definitely like I'm like okay. I feel a little bit more put together. Like it doesn't have to be a complete chaos because I feel like for a while I was like leaving looking like a disheveled like banshee. Like,
well, I started to get a lot of matching sweatsuits. That looks put together. I don't have to put an outfit together.
Girl, that is what
That's motherhood right there,
in.
okay?
I am thriving in buying sets.
Sets all day.
Motherhood is sets.
Yes.
Buying matching sets. I don't have to
workout sets, sweatsuit
saved
sets.
my life.
Yeah.
Saved my life 100%.
Bodysuits, like straight up, I'm just yeah.
And it makes you look a little put together.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I was like, I can't. Because I also realized that I have to get dressed at the house. Like, even though I'm at the house a lot, or I work from home and I work from home, auditions and stuff, whatever, I'm with the kids, I'm like, I have to get dressed.
Oh, you mean like change out of
my pajamas or a robe. I was just living in a robe because I was just like, whatever.
See, that would make me lazy.
Yeah, and
I would feel like I couldn't. Like I have to like get in the shower and like throw on at least workout set.
Yeah, because
even if I'm not working out.
Yeah, of course. It feels a little put together because I feel like even with you saying you wake up at like 5 a.m., I'm really trying to transition into that space of like, because I'm such a night owl and I have to let it go because with kids, it's like I can't wake up to chaos. I thrive in chaos, but I can't wake up to chaos, and I can't wake up to kids' chaos.
No, and I have to clean the kitchen before the night. Like at night, I can't have dishes, and everything has to be clean.
Yeah, and prepped.
Yeah, and prepped.
I'm not quite there either, but yeah.
But that's a little of my OCD. It actually kind of got worse after my son. Like I had OCD, but now it's like extra OCD, and I heard that kind of changes a little bit too.
Yeah.
But I have to. Even my fiance is like, you clean so much.
Really?
I'm like, I have to.
Yeah.
I heard that that's kind of like a stress relief.
Yeah.
Is cleaning. It's kind of like leave them alone.
Yeah. I think that's something I keep hearing about too. Like cleaning is people's stress, and it's like I need to lean into that because I'm just like, like how you're like, I have so many people, I can't go to sleep with the dishes in the sink. I'm like, good night.
I love you for that, though.
Good
My
night.
sister's like that too. But me and my dad, I get it from my dad. He will
Really?
clean. My dad's
I
like,
need that.
I have to wash and scrub, make sure it's spotless. I'm like, I have to make sure that I, like, what is it? The disposal is grinding all that crap up. That's how OCD I am. Like, get it out.
Oh.
But I mean, even right now, like we're in the midst of moving, right? So my fiance, bless his heart, but like he'll sit there and just kind of watch me. But I don't mind it because I'm packing and organizing everything. But he's like, we were moving on this Thursday, and we're still in transition in either storage or find a spot. But we extended it to next week. But prior to us extending that, we only had a few days. And he's like, why are you boxing up? We gotta come on. I was like, what the hell are you talking? We have a whole ass house. You know that, right? He's like, why are you boxing up right now? And I was like, this was on the weekend. What do you mean?
Yeah.
No one's here to help me.
It just has to.
We have to. Where do you think all this stuff's going to go?
Moving is wild. We could not get on the same page of it. Because he's like, just throw it in the car. I'm like,
throw it in the car?
What do you mean? That was like, he's like, I'm just going to drive it. I was like, and you're not going to put it in anything? Like, he literally
he says trash bags for him.
That's what. He had his trunk was full of trash bags. I was like, bro, do you
But
because I had to let it go. I was like, do you think?
Yeah, I don't care. Get your stuff out, however. But I was like, you don't realize we have Christmas stuff? Do you know where does that just pop up with the Santa put it up?
Where is it? I gotta go and I gotta get it. I gotta organize it. I gotta pull it out.
But where do you think we have wrapping paper? I was saying the nitty gritty. Like, where do you think this stuff comes from? Yeah. I swear he thinks the tooth fairy's real or something because it's like, no, I am.
Yeah. That.
And we have all that in the garage.
Yes. So, and the kitchen and the garage are the worst.
I know. And that's like where it's like, okay, they want home cooked meals. So I was starting to pack that up and leaving one pot out. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be the last day.
Yeah.
The kitchen will be the last day. But it's like, it's a lot when you're trying to figure out, at least our last spot when we moved into this house, we had about a week. So I was moving and it was down the street. So I was moving and prepping our bathrooms, the kitchen, everything was set up until the movers came a few days after. And then the big stuff was there. And then Brandon's like, oh, a home's made. Yeah,
it's like, because I facilitated this.
Yeah.
I did this. Moms.
I know.
Man.
Mom's like 100%. Like he tells me I'm like literally like the glue. Like if not, he's just like, I only know how to like work and like provide.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that
quality. And that's fine. You know,
and that's fine. But my dad is that person. My dad jokes and he goes, I got to do my manly duties, but really it's like cooking, cleaning. He does that because my mom's work. And when he's not on tour or playing gigs, he does that. And he loves that.
I love it.
And I get it from him. Yeah.
I love it. Your dad sounds great.
Yeah, he's so chill.
Okay, so what's something that you would tell someone who wants to be in the industry, but also like that wants to have a family? Like, what advice would you give?
This is going to be like a double negative, but don't listen to anyone. But listen to me. But don't listen to anyone. Don't listen to anyone. Yeah. That's the thing. I would not have made it this far if I listened to everyone. Same goes with parenting. My parents did not help me with anything. I did it all on my own. Magazine covers, World Poker Tour. They've supported me.
Yeah.
But I did it myself. And that comes with confidence. And like I said, as long as you're a good person and doing good things are going to come to you. And that's just what happened. And I manifested a lot of stuff. Someone asked me when I was 7, what do you want to do when you're older? And I said, I want to get paid to travel the world. And I've freaking been all over the world. Yeah. Dubai, Hong Kong, Italy, South Africa, Haiti. Like, come on. Like, let's keep it going. Yeah. And I want my kids to travel as well. So if they start young in a sense of modeling or acting, that gives them, 1, confidence, and 2, that you can make your own way. Like, it helps with life. You know,
definitely
like
does.
Working hard and like listening. It doesn't have to be school.
It
doesn't
could
have
be
to
something
be
else.
so black
you can go
and
a different
white.
way.
Yeah, so just don't listen to anyone. If you want to do it, you can do it. What's stopping you? I don't. What? Someone else telling you that you can't? You got to remember, everyone is still human. So never be scared of someone else's like being so superior. Always remember they have problems too. They have issues. I always thought that. We're all equal. So just because someone has more say, yes or no, they work their way somehow to do it. So you
This
can do
is
it
you.
too.
This is you working through that.
Yeah, so many people, like, look, I was a huge drinker, and a lot of people, I'm shocked. I mean, I lost a lot of jobs because I was partying a lot. But at the same time, I kept cruising through, and the things that people will say about me, and also growing up in the industry with rock stars and dating rock stars, and
people
wake up, no one had real jobs in Hollywood. Of course, we're all gonna be freaking a mess.
Yeah.
Like, we'd wake up at like 7 a.m. hungover on a Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna go drink. What the hell?
else would
We're
I
in our 20s.
do?
Yeah. And we all lived in Hollywood, walking distance, or in the valley. All the dancers were there, all the all the musicians, the studios, the valley. We were all in the valley, and I grew up there. So I was a little messy, but at the same time, I owned it. I owned it, and I still will own it. That's the thing. I'm not afraid to like say like, yeah, I've messed up a ton. But here's the thing: keep going, keep going. That doesn't define you. You know, you're gonna have downfalls in life no matter what. Just keep going.
I love it. Thank you so much for listening. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. If you liked what you heard, put a ding on it. Don't forget to rate and review. And remember, motherhood is the best hood. I love that. So where can people find you? What are you up to? What's going on?
So I'm just going with the flow, but if you need a house, let me know. Plug that. No, so my Instagram is @ Danielle Ruiz, and that's pretty much where you can find me. I'm really just on Instagram. I mean, there's TikTok, but I just scroll on that, you know. That's my Instagram. So that's where you can find me and what I'm up to.
Perfect. Great. Awesome. Thank you.